All right,
Yes.
so we're going to be talking in television Amico news and rumors. As always, hit like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey stuff. I know this is going to be the most popular video of the week from the channel because
Hmm.
everybody loves Amico drama. But uh, there have been quite a bit of rumors, and I'm saying they're rumors because they're not official statements from the company just yet. Retrobro, although he has positioned himself as a semi-official spokesman, an official spokesman, I'm not sure. He said that the founders will be very, very happy in the next couple of months, implying a founders edition release. Um, I had woken up the other day to some people texting me, telling me that there was going to be a new fundraising campaign on the horizon for the Intellivision. And of course, Sinister Goon, uh, he said that he also heard that there was going to be a new fundraising campaign. And as part of the rumors, I heard that Kickstarter might be involved in the next phase of the Intellivision Amico. So just wanted to go around, see what you guys think of that. Blinded Braille, what do you think? Is a Kickstarter or a new round of fundraising something that Intellivision should be doing? Shouldn't be doing? What do you think?
He's
Uh,
speechless.
he's speechless. Ninja Kitty, what do you think?
What I think? Well, I think they need the fundraising. Just for, I assume they need more money, but I don't think fundraising through Kickstarter would be a good idea at this point, especially since there isn't much interest in the product and it's been out. Like if people were looking into it, they would have found it by now. So I think they would have to go for like private fundraising. And like I said before, they're gonna have to trick somebody overseas into giving them a lot of money. And I can't see them raising a lot of like having a Kickstarter, like a normal Kickstarter, and getting people pledging, especially since it's already been in development for like 3-4 years.
Yeah. The thing I think Kickstarter, if I'm not mistaken, they require a prototype unit in order to make a Kickstarter for like a console or something. And if that's the case, I had heard the Kickstarter rumor was like a month, 2 months ago at this point that I heard it when it was first told to me by a reliable inside source. But it never came to fruition, and I'm thinking maybe the reason that it might be coming now is because they didn't have, all their ducks in a row. They didn't have a prototype, and I do agree, Kickstarter would be horrible, especially with the way Tommy was complaining or talking down towards Atari for doing their Kickstarter. It would be a disaster on epic proportions, and I don't even know what they could offer as a reason for people to even, donate to the Kickstarter.
All right, I'm back. So I
Like more
missed a lot.
pre-orders maybe they could do, but like how many, they can't keep changing and having different editions. So I don't know.
Unless
Yeah,
the
this
the red one.
Kickstarter thing, it just doesn't make any sense at all. Like it makes me wonder like what the reaction would be to both, like especially people who are, really like this Amico, right? Like how would you feel that after 2 years of a delay, like now they're doing a Kickstarter? Like I would really want to hear people's thoughts on that because it just seems really, I don't want to say scummy, but it does seem a little weird, right? Like like what do you have to offer, right? Like you're already, a lot of these people who would donate have already pre-ordered and already got their games, right? So it's like what exactly would the bonus be for funding them, right? Like I think in
Well,
general should have just been a Kickstarter to begin with.
Yep.
maybe the GTO Red will be a Kickstarter exclusive.
But then how much would you have to put down to get it? You know what I mean? It's not like they're gonna give people who put like $5 in, right? Like, and then on top
Oh
of
no,
that
they'll
too,
do
when
like all the
they,
Kickstarters. You put $5.
ooh, I
I'll
really
say
can't
they'll
see
do like
them
the other
doing that.
Kickstarters. You put $5 in, you get a sticker.
Oh, a sticker. Okay, yeah. I thought you meant like a whole console. I'd have been
Uh,
like, what the hell? Sorry.
No, because you got different levels on Kickstarter, right? So they give you like
Yeah, I know.
$5, you get a
Yeah, yeah.
sticker.
But it's like if someone
$250,
was to
you get
put
a red.
like the same amount as their Amico, right? Like, and then not really get an Amico, it would be kind of, I think that would be a little bit weird, because some tiers on Kickstarter, you will actually get the product, right? Once you donate enough. So,
Yeah,
I mean, if this is more like, hey, we're gonna develop more games or something, like they could spin it, I still think it would look really bad. Like just you should have done this in the first place, and then to come out when you had two delays, it's like what like it seems more like a bad PR. You know what I mean? Like imagine if any other sort of startup company did this, where they got some traction, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna need to do a Kickstarter." You know what I mean? Like it's like the product's supposed to be already out. You know what I mean? So I just think it's really weird.
yeah.
That
Uh,
yeah.
so I don't know if Kickstarter, like I said, it has been rumored. Kickstarter, I don't know if it is um, official that they're going to go that, but I do know that they were thinking of it. And Anthony EFX says, yeah, not hating, but didn't they pride themselves for not being on Kickstarter in the beginning? Or am I wrong? No, you're right.
Mm.
Tommy was very vocal about Kickstarter not needing it because he had all these investors lined up and all these big hotshots that were going to donate tons of money. Uh, the only way I could see a Kickstarter really working or is if they put basically this is a Kickstarter not for the console but for manufacturing. We need X amount of money to manufacture. You donate, $5, $10, $20. You don't get anything other than like a sticker or your name in the credits. Like we'll add your name to the credits of the console or something.
But if that's the case, like using your example, what happens if they don't reach the goal?
Everyone
Like,
gets their
wouldn't
money
that
back.
be? But then what happens to the console? Like,
Well, if they need to raise money in the first place, obviously they're in a position where uh, if they fail, then the console's not getting released. I would imagine. So
I mean, this
not not
I just think this looks real. If this does get announced, and whatever way they try to spin it, it's going to look really bad. Like, I think this would be like the nail in the coffin. Like, and I don't have like I wouldn't consider myself a hater or anything, right? Like, I'm just seeing it as someone that's neutral. And so far, they haven't really been making the right moves, right? And I think this would be really a big blow. Like, I could see a lot of people who were, you know, interested in the console just dropping it entirely. And on top of that too, I think this would actually get the mainstream attention for something bad, right? Because it's like if you ask for too much, then people are gonna be like, "Hey, what the hell?" Right? Like this is way too much. Like you set this up like this is supposed to be out already, right? So I really don't know. I think if this does turn out to be true, it's going to be really bad.
yeah. 1 inch bicep says Intellivision needs to sell candy bars door to door.
I have
Maybe
an
they'll have one
idea.
of those candy bar drives.
Hey Tony, maybe
Uh,
they'll have
yeah, I think Kickstarter.
oh, Tony.
Yeah,
Do you think they'll have a tier on the Kickstarter where like it'll be the top one for like 20-30 million dollars to buy it in television,
maybe
and
maybe
then
they'll have
like the little
something
bullet
really
points will be
weird.
incur all debts, become a legend. I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe one of the Kickstarter perks will if you donate 10,000, you get a Ferrari ride with Tommy.
Maybe.
But I really don't think. I hope they don't do Kickstarter because that would be terrible for PR, terrible for the company. Uh, Obviously, if you're going Kickstarter at this point, you are in desperate need of money.
Hmm.
So yeah. Now, as far as going on another website of something like a Fundable or a Fig, I think that is also bad, but I don't think it would look as bad as Kickstarter. What do you think about that? I do know that Delaware does allow companies to get foreign investors, and Retro Bro did say something about that, about potential foreign investors now that they're in Delaware. So do you think maybe someone in Dubai someone overseas is trying to invest. I don't know why they would, but do you think that's a possibility?
Maybe.
What do you think, Rhea? You've been awful quiet. Did Saggy give you
Oh
inside information?
no, I'm actually gonna dip out, but thank you for having me on for the game. I'm sorry I couldn't participate as much as others have, but yeah, thank you for having me on.
That's
Yeah,
all
no
right.
problem.
Take it easy. We enjoy having you on anytime.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
See ya.
Tommy just texted her, get off the show.
No, it's
No,
in case you didn't know,
we love having Ray
Tony.
here.
There's some earth-shattering news that was just dropped.
Oh,
I just kind of overheard this because I'm running the other YouTube, another browser window with YouTube, and a family trailer apparently is going to be dropping for Amico this week.
Hmm.
ooh. Yeah.
And also, I'm
So-
watching Sinister Moon drinking Mountain Dew straight from a 2-liter bottle, and I can't picture he is like the stereotype. If you look in the dictionary for I won't say what it is. That's him. Just saying.
Chud? Is that
Yeah.
what you're looking for? I'm guessing.
But I
you're
don't think they
watching, After Dark.
I can't watch much of it. It's
Mm.
bad. No, they're not going to get. I don't think they're going to get investors overseas
Yeah, I just
unless
don't
they
know.
scam
Like,
people. Because most people ask for the books and then see the debt and where they are, and then just at that point get scared.
Well, here's
I
a
just
better
think-
point. Was it? Because I'm not watching. Obviously, I'm not watching After Dark right now. But Ninja Kitty was Tommy, Nick, somebody from Intellivision actually the one to make this announcement?
Just the retro bro.
Mm.
We'll have to watch it later. I only caught a little bit of it because I was mostly disgusted at watching it. Someone drinking straight from a 2-liter bottle and chilling hard. Neckbeard. Like what Tommy says there.
Yeah. Like I said, if it's not official, if it's not, being announced by Intellivision, I don't know if we should really count this as an announcement, as an official.
Oh, I was being sarcastic
statement.
when I said earth shattering.
No,
That
but
was
even
sarcasm.
not earth shattering. Just the fact that, because let's say next week comes and goes, right, and there's no family commercial from Intellivision, right? Do we hold that against them? Because technically they didn't announce it. Retro Bro announced it, right?
No, you don't.
Well, Retro Bro
Yeah.
didn't know anything. He's just talking out of his ass.
Or things change. I don't know. I wouldn't count that.
Nah.
Yeah.
We go by the official stuff, the site, where it says, I think on the FAQ, expecting to deliver Q1 2022. So
Mhm.
that's running pretty. We're already in February,
But-
so
Yeah. If it doesn't show up in March, then it's over.
then they have lied. Or else
Yep.
misled people. Maybe not lied. And
Yeah, misled.
I think it's a week or two now before the 30 days or so from that original comment.
Mm.
Yeah, it's supposed to be on the 15th or the 14th. I think it's like right on Valentine's Day when the 30 days or so hits the 30-day mark.
hmm
Well, it's just gonna be fun because I'm not sure if you guys seen, but people are starting to get their Steam Decks, like I'm guessing the review units.
Yeah.
And I don't know when the embargo is or anything, but I've seen several different places show pictures of it. So that's gonna take. Well, it's not that they're competing or anything, but most people are gonna just be focused on that,
Mhm.
fan wise.
That thing is huge, by the way. It's
It
freaking
is.
massive.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
what she said.
Yeah.
So that'll be another product that's going to be released and play date. I can't remember when the first units are supposed. People are hoping. I think March, April.
Mm.
the first one. So then there'll be another product that's released,
Well,
and Evercade's
It was
already out.
not.
So
It was never coming in quarter one. It wasn't.
no,
That was never going to happen. Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I want to ask this question: if they do this Kickstarter, what acceptable amount, or what amount would be acceptable? You know what I mean? Like, if it's like, $250,000, that would be a lot. Like, what range would you put this at? Where it's like, okay, maybe we'll cut them some slack or whatever it may be.
I couldn't even tell you because I'm guessing they need millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But it's like you can't really do that on Kickstarter, right? Like to
Well,
put
you
up a
Exactly.
could.
million,
Actually. I mean,
yeah, you could, but like most that
they
doesn't
couldn't.
usually happen, right? Yeah, they couldn't do that because of PR, and then people would be. And first off, I don't think there's probably going to be enough people to donate, right, to get
exactly.
to that amount. So it's like I don't know if this. I really want to see if this happens or not because this will definitely end this whole story. Like that would kill it in my opinion. Because that's when I feel like the mainstream will be like, "Whoa, wait, what's going on? This company's delayed this console multiple times, and now they're asking their fans who already put down pre-order to back them. That's crazy, right? Like I've never seen a company do that, right? Like it's just really bad if that does happen.
It's just
So
delaying the inevitable. They're trying to raise money to get, like, they're just always chasing money because they can't catch
mhm.
up. So they'll raise a little money in Kickstarter, but they still need to get the money to produce the stuff for the Kickstarter. Like, it's the
Well,
never-ending cycle.
Yeah.
here's what they'll do. They'll get money to produce units, and then once they sell those, they'll use that money to produce the Kickstarter units, and then they'll go out of business. No, but I don't. Like I said, I think no amount of money that they, if they have a goal on Kickstarter or another platform that's looking for investments, I don't think any number is acceptable at this time because let's say it's a low number, right? Let's say they're like, we only need $10,000, right? And you'd be like, well,
Mhm.
Tommy, why don't you have 10,000? Why don't you just put your money in there, right? If that's all you need, it's a couple thousand. Why, So then, a low number wouldn't be acceptable because you'd just be like, it makes no sense.
What's the
So
point? Yeah.
you guys personally, Nick Richards, Tommy, you guys are supposed to have money. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but if the number is that low, you should be able to float it,
Hmm.
And if the number is really high, then conversely, you'd be like, wow, they're that far off of the mark that, if they don't get this number, obviously that's it for them, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think any number would help them at this point. Like any crowdfunding, any public crowdfunding, investment funding, anything you want to call it, anything that's public where they're like, hey, we need money or give us money for our product, I think it's going to hurt them PR wise. It's going to hurt
Kill
them.
them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to kill them if they do that. Like I would be shocked if they somehow if it's a large amount, they get the money and then they get out the consoles. I would be shocked because it's just like who uh, like have you not seen what this company's been doing? Why would you back them? Especially if you put in already to buying the game and the console. Why would you put more money in and they haven't even shown you why this thing is even worth it? Right? Like I think it's insane personally. Like
Yeah.
So let me ask, if they did have a Kickstarter and say it's $1 million, there's no chance they'd actually hit that goal.
no, I want to
Would
look up
there?
what's the highest Kickstarter amount.
Well, there's
A
stuff
couple
that's really
million.
high, but
I know.
they've
I
already
want to I
gone
want to
through
gauge.
they already have gone through like 3 years of getting people to try to pre-order and stuff. Who at this point is going to put their money in
Yeah.
just for a special edition or something slightly different? They have 6,000 pre-orders. Like, that's, if that, still. How many more are they going
Yeah.
to get just by having a Kickstarter?
But it really like
It'll
they
be
can't come
really,
out and have like a Kickstarter that's like the most expensive Kickstarter, right? Like, because I'm the numbers
it
that
won't
I'm
be the most
looking up
expensive.
right now.
They've had Kickstarters asking for millions of dollars, so it's not unheard of. Here's the real issue, I think. Let's say they go to Kickstarter. Again, we're not saying that this is what they're doing. We're just speculating off of a rumor. But let's say that they go to Kickstarter, right? You know, Kotaku, Polygon, Ars Technica, they're all going to make articles about this. The only audience that knows about Kickstarter, that are going to Kickstarter for games, will
Mhm.
be the audience that reads those magazines, those online publications. And they're going to get trashed. And that audience is going to be like, I'm not fucking donating to this Kickstarter. I mean, no shade on Ed Annunziata. The man made Echo the Dolphin. He's really passionate about what he does. He could not raise enough money on Kickstarter for his game. Um, Keith Robinson, once again, very passionate about Intellivision. He couldn't raise money on Kickstarter for Intellivision Gen 2 games. You
But
really need a killer product, a killer.
but this also reminds me too, because Kickstarter has been notorious for projects that get funded a lot, seem like they have a lot of promise, and then go nowhere. So there's already that reputation for a lot of people, right? Like the Ouya was a Kickstarter project, right? So like if they really want to do that, they would be shooting themselves in the foot like another time, right? Because they already have a sort of shady, or I wouldn't say shady, but a muddy kind of reputation, right? Because even though it's not a Kickstarter, it's almost originally, right? It almost seems like a Ouya, right? So now you have that reputation, and then now you're going to do a Kickstarter. It just seems like really bad. It's such a really bad idea. Like you already
Well,
had a negative reputation, right? As much as all the fans want to say they don't, the mainstream isn't talking about them. And when they do, it's usually very negative, right? So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
they've gone the wrong way, and
Yeah.
I'll give you an example because I did a video about this before, like a couple, I guess, like 5 months ago, when I said Amico versus Pie Packer, which was like the
Mhm.
online thing, and they had a Kickstarter just to get the thing going, and the Kickstarter was for like 200,000 or something like that, or 150,000. It was just just to get off the ground and get, I guess what the word is, the framework put together.
Mhm.
They got their shit together. They met their goal, came out with the product, and then I guess it's a proof of concept is what I'm trying to say. It's good for the proof of concept, and this happens for other Kickstarter projects, like non-video game stuff. You show that you have something that people have interest, and then at that point, and this is what happened with Pie Packer, they got like $12 million investment from, I forget who it was again, Lego or something like that. And that's what Intellivision should have done, is did the Kickstarter, showed that
Yep.
the proof of concept that this will sell, people will want to buy this. We know they wouldn't, but just say they did, and at that point they can go to companies and say, hey, we there's interest in this, and we sold quite a bit, and like it was hype. Then you get the big dollars from the private enterprise, not from one by one from each investor. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's bad. It's it's not going to work for them,
So you don't think
right, Tony?
Kickstarter is going to work for them at all? No, I agree.
No, it'll only embarrass them. It works for
Yeah.
us. I can make a lot of videos out of that, and I'll have good times. And when they don't meet their Kickstarter goal, and it's like, say it's 300,000, and they only have 17,000 or 12,000, I'll make tons of videos making fun of it. Our friends at the cult will get upset. It'll provide more fun, but for the product itself, no, it's not good for it. Just for us.
Yes.
Yeah, I
And
agree
that's facts.
wholeheartedly. What was it?
I said that's facts. There's no
All right.
denying that. Yeah.
So let's go to the other rumor that was just breaking news that Indicated brought to us. A new family trailer is coming out. It's going to be a very slick commercial. I bet it's going to have all the greatest familiness and families. I don't know. some about families. But let's say that this is true. It comes out next week. Does it even matter at this point? Is this something anyone's going to care about?
No.
Nope.
Is it going to be a commercial? Do you think? Okay, because it'll be probably on their channel, right? Obviously.
Yep.
But do you think that it's going to have any views outside of the channel? Do you think it'll be something that it's going to be advertised on in YouTube videos in front of
Like ads.
maybe like
Mhm.
ads or a TV show? Or is it
No,
just going to be
'cause
something that's on the channel?
they can't do anything like that until they're ready to sell. Because
Mhm.
it takes them a year. What's the point of having those type of commercials? It'll be just like the mixture between the boomer, those boomer ones and the Utah things, but probably more so like, when Hans and his family were playing the game or pretending to play the game, cornhole and stuff. It'll be something like that. Be slightly better than like an actual commercial,
Mhm.
but I'm sure we can pick it apart with all the the misinformations that it shows.
Oh, so you think the commercial is going to have misinformation?
It's going to show them playing cornhole, but not really actually playing cornhole. It will not be, the person really playing it.
To
It'll just
play
be a video.
devil's advocate, right? But to play devil's advocate on a commercial, like if it is a legit,
Yes, yeah. Most commercials are not playing it.
Right. That's what I was getting at. When you see a hot dog, it's not
But
sometimes it's not really a hot dog. It's not really cereal. That's not milk. Commercials are fake.
this is
So would
true.
it be fair to pick apart the commercial if it is a legitimate commercial and not like a video that they're putting up?
Depends. I
Yeah.
guess it depends what they show. If they show something like Toe Jam and Earl, then yeah. Where we know it's not being made.
Yeah, that's fair. But I can't,
But
like I
they
said, I can't even see what I think is going to happen. We're going to watch the commercial and we're going to be like, wow, that's exactly the same thing that Nintendo just put out earlier. Like beat for beat, the exact same commercial.
Well, crappier version, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they have was it a couple months ago they had the casting call or the photo shoots and stuff, so I don't know. It's not going to be the end of the world. It's just that nobody's going to watch the video except all the people that are in the drama here, and it'll be forgotten about.
You don't think it's going to be all over IGN?
No. I was about to say that. If they were smart, they would go out to these outlets and post it there, right? But it's not.
Maybe they'll use the video as part of the trailer for their fundraising on Kickstarter.
Oh, that would be icing on the cake. If they do this trailer and announce it at the same time with the Kickstarter, holy shit.
Oh, if you go to the Kickstarter and then it'll be part of the trailer.
1 Inch Bicep says, I think the only announcement they need to make is the release date. Anything else will be a disappointment now. Well, do you think they do an actual commercial, they have to have a release date in there, right? They can't just like coming soon, Amico, like no release date. That'd be a really shitty commercial.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
I mean, it depends on what the commercial is. Like, if it is supposed to be playing on a YouTube ad or whatever it may be, I think they probably just wouldn't put a release date. You know what I mean? Like, they probably just want to build up again. To the community, it would be disappointing. But I mean, I don't know.
Well,
hey, maybe they'll do this. They'll have the Q2 2022 at the end of the commercial. Everyone will get excited on the Amico cult or whatever, and then they still don't make that date.
That would look really weird to put Q22 in a commercial. That would be weird.
Or coming summer 2022 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't release in summer 2022.
Well, I think realistically they have to put something, right? if it's a legitimate commercial, right? Because I don't consider the Boomers video a legitimate commercial. You know, um, what was it, Texas Kids Museum thing, whatever the hell it was. I don't consider those commercials. They were advertising, yes, but not really commercials, right? Like the Nintendo ones, those are TV spots that they're on their YouTube channel, but you could also you'll see them on TV and they'll run on other people's YouTube, advertisements and stuff. Those are legitimate commercials. So if this is a legitimate commercial, it's got to have a release date, or else what is the point? You just spent a bunch of money, made a commercial with no release date, and that's not going to
Yeah.
get anybody excited. Like, hey, there's a new system coming out, but we're not going to tell you when it's available, so just forget about it. Don't even worry about it. Why did you watch the commercial? There's no point.
I feel like this commercial wouldn't even be for advertising to people who don't know about this. Like that's like my suspicion because it seems like they've been only talking to the people who already pre-ordered the console. I don't know. That's the vibe that I get based on their whole marketing in general.
Yeah, and to Ninja Kitty's point earlier, I think he said I couldn't hear because I had a train. I don't know if you heard that, but I didn't really hear. But I think he said something about they should have given the heads up to these outlets like IGN and stuff.
Yeah,
From my understanding, and again, take this for what you will. I have talked to several people within the games journalism community, and they basically all say the same thing, that no one cares. No one's interested in the Intellivision Amico. It doesn't generate clicks. It doesn't generate interest. They don't care about it. The few
Pikachu
stories
shock
we
face.
got-
I read, I forget what guy from IGN, I forget who it was. He wrote about it at, like a little blurb on I think Twitter, is just saying basically echoing what you said, that they do contact them, that they just don't bother posting anything.
Yeah, because it would not. How is it beneficial for IGN? It would probably be like the lowest viewed video they have in like 10 years.
Well, not
That's how
just
like
that. You got to think of other things. First off, if you're going to advertise with any of them, right? They're not doing it for free. They're going to be, yeah, come advertise on our website for free. No, you got to pay them. And television obviously doesn't have the money to pay these websites. Two, there's so much bad. Like IGN, their credibility would just go out the window if they were just like, oh, buy the Intellivision, it's a great system. Like if they didn't talk about any of the negatives.
Oh yeah.
And we know for a fact that if you talk about negatives, Tommy does not like that. Tommy, you become a hater. You get put in a hater folder. There was a German journalist who went on Twitter and basically said that Hans contacted his boss at some magazine in Germany because the guy had said negative things about the Amico, basically trying to get him fired. So obviously no one wants to deal with that headache. IGN doesn't want to deal with the GameSpot. None of them. No Giant Bomb. So there's that angle. Then, like I said, like you guys are saying, and I said, there is really no interest in the Amico. It's not going to generate any clicks, other than hey, this thing is a shit pile. Look at the car crash. Tommy's threatening to sue people. Those will generate clicks because all those crazy stories always do. But I don't think anything positive is going to generate any clicks. I mean, I don't think Best Buy Canada blog suddenly skyrocketed to like the #1 gaming website after they talked about the Amico.
Yeah.
So again, I don't think that it would be nice. That is probably the thing that they should do. Hey, we get an exclusive for you, and they probably were like, "Well, we don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Who are you? Why are you bothering us? Lose our email." And so he's left it to the Retro Bro. They leave it to people like that to get the word out. And I like Retro Bro. We're cool. We have no issues personally, but his channel is not big enough. This is not PewDiePie talking about it. This is not someone with a million subscribers, 2 million, 3 million, not even 100,000, not even 10,000. At the very least, John Riggs or even Smash, who has more subs. At the very least, you could say, well, they're the biggest people that they know that would be positive, that they could get the word out. So the fact that they're like, all right, John, Retro Bro, we're letting you send the word out. It's kind of telling as far how far down they are, how out of it. You know, they
Mm.
got no one else. They got nothing.
Yeah,
Because I
does
mean,
those Review Tech USA still talk about in
he
television?
trashes it. Every chance he gets,
Okay.
he just shits on it like with his whole ass. Just,
Damn. Wearing sweaters to shitting on it. Sad.
yeah. So I mean, you know, it would be maybe like 3 years ago when in 2018, maybe 2019, you know, he might have been able to get someone, hey, we got a new system coming out when there was no negative buzz, no negative hype. They're like, hey, could you run this article? Or hey, you know, we're gonna give you an exclusive reveal or something. Maybe he could have tempted somebody at IGN or something. But I think at
Hmm.
this point, you're not getting anybody. Nobody's.
No.
I mean, even look at their videos, the videos on the official channel. You know, they had like 300,000 views, which I think is their best video. But that was the one that was embedded everywhere because of it was the reveal trailer. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. 321,000 views was it 3 years ago was the embedded trailer. Now the Earthworm Jim 39-second trailer has 306,000 views. But again, that was embedded in a lot of places. And
Mm.
because it was 39 seconds, I'm sure people were like watching it repeatedly to check it out. So I think that one's kind of a iffy as far as legitimate views. The VIP pre-orders from a year ago, I think it's almost 2 years now. That only has 162,000. So I mean, they keep going lower and lower in views from their channel.
Mm.
The highest non-Amico official and television video, surprisingly, is no one that is in our circle. Is not a Pat Neen video. It's a video from Velbarin. I think he's a Brazilian YouTuber.
Hmm.
It's not English. He got 99,000 on a Amico video from 3 years ago. I don't think he's talked about the Amicos since.
Mm.
I do know that Tommy was in the comments there trying to get an interview or something. I don't think he did.
Those views are pretty low there. I'm looking at their YouTube channel for this past
Yeah.
year. That's pretty bad. That's really bad. I didn't think it was this bad.
Yeah.
Aside from the E3 presentation, but even the E3 presentation has 112,000 views. That's not that good.
Well, some of them are
112?
really
Thousand.
bad. Let's take a look. We'll
1,000.
go-
Okay.
Well, I'll just put it in perspective. 112,000 views for their E3 presentation on the Intellivision page. I have a Giant Bomb makes fun of E3 Intellivision presentation. It's at like 23,000, and I'm just a little YouTube
Yeah.
channel. That's sad for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think yours got picked up because of the algorithm just ran with that. Not that I'm jealous of your giant views.
Yeah, but shouldn't the algorithm pick up the E3 official one for more than 100,000?
Well-
That's quite low.
Well, that's because
Well,
that's
here's the
because
thing.
no one's searching it.
No
That's
one cares.
probably
Yeah.
why. Yeah, if you really want to get into the algorithm, it needs to be searchable. So the fact that people were searching Ninja Kitty's video or the keywords in his video over Amico, and he probably has it in the title. I forget the exact title of the video, but that just shows you how like the SEO on television is probably really low. Right? So yeah, they got to work on that. That's a
Ooh.
big problem.
So we got another exclusive. No Swear Gamers in the chat. He says Retro Bro just claimed that TT told him 27 games are finished. Not all will be available at launch, but the physicals will. I don't believe 27 games are finished, simply because our definition of finished and Tommy's definition of finished are wildly incompatible. Tommy basically said before that well, he could still do patches day one. That's not a uncommon thing and they walked back the idea that you wouldn't need patches in the games to basically like, well, that's the accepted practice anyway, so who cares? As we know, they claim that Moon Patrol is finished, but it has placeholder text, right? But the game's finished. And I was talking to someone else about this, like, well, it only takes 5 minutes, right? That's what the claim has always been. It only takes 5 minutes to swap out the Moon Patrol text, right? So the question is, why in 3 years have they not sat down for 5 minutes to swap out the Moon Patrol text, right? Makes no sense. Because either Moon Patrol was deprioritized and never touched in that 3 year time, they didn't notice because it is a very high possibility that the person who put it in did it sneakily and no one else has any idea that that was the Star Fox text because they're not familiar with modern games. Same reason why Battle Tanks, had all that quote unquote placeholder assets, but it was shown publicly in a video, despite the fact that they showed the Battle Tanks video like 2 years ago, and it still said Fury on the barrel. And then fast forward to the new video, and they took Fury off the barrel, which means they were aware that in the original video that they showed with the quote unquote placeholder text that Fury was on the barrel, but they were aware enough to know to get rid of it for the second showing, which again tells you that somebody is trying to pull a fast one, trying to pull a sneaky, and these games are not ready. So no, I do not.
So you don't believe 27?
No.
Do you think he's playing with the names, and do you think he's playing with the numbers and doing something stupid where Finnegan Fox counts as one, but the multiplayer mode counts as a second game? Because he would do something dumb like that, right?
Well, like I said, he'll go
different
he'll
modes.
say finished.
Fucking crazy.
We still need to do bug testing and finished, but we still need to add. Well, it's only going to take us 5 minutes to add this sound effect or this other thing. So it's finished, but not really finished. So, no. No Square Gamer says he listed the games. I just counted them.
Okay.
Again, here's the thing. Again, Retro Bro, like the guy, don't have any personal issues with Retro Bro. He, as far as he said, remember, does not work for Intellivision. He's not an Intellivision employee in any shape or form. He has not, no one has come out and said, hey, we are giving him an official, press release. Press release is coming out and John's just getting it first. He's getting it early, right? No one from Intellivision has ever said, hey, Retro Bro's our guy. He's the guy that we're giving news to. We're feeding the news to him. He's feeding it to you, right? As far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong. So whatever Tommy tells him is not official. Whatever he repeats is not necessarily official statements. Tommy can turn around and go, well, I didn't say that, or, well, Retro Bro's wrong, or we don't have 27 ready right now. Because remember, Saggy Melons, again, nothing personal against Saggy. Saggy came out and said, I was told by Tommy they paid for those assets. Those are licensed assets in Battleton. Only for 2 days later to walk it back and say, no, I just made that up. No, I was just saying that. I misunderstood what I was told. So again, Tommy could say, well, I told him one thing and he just kind of misunderstood when he said those games are ready. Yeah, sure, they're ready. Remember, again, we have video footage of Tommy saying that Toe Jam and Earl is being worked on. It's going to be at launch. When the game had no work done on it, the developers themselves said no actual work on the game was done. It was only in the design phase, writing ideas down on paper phase, pretty much. Never got past that. No actual work on the game was done. Yeah, Saggy got me good. She was like, oh, I was only joking. She said she had proof. She had receipts. And when I asked for them, then she said, oh, I was only playing. I was only joking. NES crap. No one is protecting Tommy's honor. I keep seeing you pop up in here. We don't want bullshit, all right? If you want to talk shit about Tommy, go somewhere else and do that, all right? We don't need you running your mouth. We appreciate you as a fan, but we're not here to attack people. That's not what we do. That's not what this channel is about. Go somewhere else for that. With that said, do you guys believe they got that many games ready? Do you believe how many games do you think they're actually 100%? No bugs that need to be ironed out, no nothing. It's just this is it, good to go.
I'll give them 10.
Tops 15. Tops.
Yeah. I really want to see what these. I mean, if they're 27 games ready, I mean, why not? Do a slow drip of what you were doing before, highlighting them, right? Like every week you get a new game up until a big announcement or something. You know what I mean? Like that would keep people engaged and be like, hey, at least we're doing something, right? Like, but no, they're not.
I think Chupacabra has it right. The comment he has is they've got 27, but it's the Sesame Street games broken into the individual.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can see that.
But getting on that, he probably is right though. Like all those Flash games, there's probably like 20 of them, and then 7 real games. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
That comment should be the comment of the day. Holy shit, I almost died.
Yeah. The thing is, again, we've seen the games that aren't finished. We've seen the games be partially finished and claim as finished. Tommy said that Moon Patrol was finished, and we were told by people that played it that the 2-player mode was not finished. They still had to tweak it. It was not working as intended. Cornhole was finished, only for months later for them to admit that it needed to be tweaked. It wasn't fun enough. I mean, technically, if you want to get technical, all the games are finished. All the games. Every single game on Amico is finished. They could release them right now, and they're just shit, buggy mess, right? Other companies have released games that were buggy messes, that have game-breaking bugs, that didn't work correctly, that were just crap. Like they just shit in the box and just gave it to you, right? They released it as a finished product. So technically, yeah, he could say that all the games are finished. Are they truly finished? Probably not. Let's just be real.
Yeah, but even if that's the case, right? Why not show them?
Because they're probably not. They're probably not in any presentable form.
Yeah.
Again, if this was official news, right? If this was official news, Tommy would be on Twitter, and television Twitter would be posting 27 games done. We're working on the next 25 or the next 30 or whatever it is. Hey guys, we got 27 done. 10 will be available at launch. The other 17 coming after launch. Something. The Facebook would have it. Again, I like John. I like Retro Bro. I no problems personal. But it just doesn't make any sense that would be the only outlet in which the news is being released. Because if that is the only outlet that the news is being released, it's very easy for Intellivision to pretend like they didn't say it. It's not official. Mm-hmm. Remember, Tommy said on Atari Age lots and lots of things. And when he got called on him, he said, well, guys, this isn't official television statements. This is just me having a conversation with my friends.
Yeah.
So they're not above basically saying things to people and then turn around going, well, I didn't post it on social media or I didn't make it official.
We also know if it was true, he would be on Twitter himself posting pictures, bragging about it to everyone. He got excited over a power brick. So I'm pretty sure 27 games being complete would be a higher excitement level than, hey, we have a power brick.
This is true. And we said it before. We said it with manufacturing, with everything. Like if they were at some phase that was presentable, that they could take a picture and show you, they would, because that's what they do, right? No Square Gamer. If you want to jump in, there's pinned on the top. If you want to jump in.
I just want to say something about the No Square Gamer. I thought he did a really good job on the Retro Bro thing the other week.
Yeah,
I became a big fan of him after that. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No Square says, I believe Tommy told him that list. I believe Retro Bro believes. I don't believe 27 games are finished as we consider finished. Started, yes. Finished, doubted.
Doubt. Use the meme. Doubt.
Yeah. It's basically, like I said, he could tell Retro Bro whatever he wants. We've seen them tell these people things that turn out to be untrue, or he'll say 27 are done. John will repeat it, get called on it when it turns out it's not true, and then say, well, things change, guys. They were finished, but now they have so much extra time that they took them back to polish them up even more. So technically, yeah, they're finished, but they're just doing extra polishing.
Well, he said that they're going to add all this extra stuff with all this extra time, but then the deep dives they showed us, the games were extremely shallow. Like there was barely anything to them. So you would think, hey, if there's all this extra time, battle tanks would have 100 different levels, not like 15 or whatever it was, and all those other games will have way more features in it.
Jesus.
Or levels, at least. I don't know.
Well, you don't understand game design, Ninja Kitty. You see, adding extra levels would add more time to developing. Then they'd have to delay the console another year. They're just polishing up the gameplay that they have so great. It's going to be the greatest tank game you've ever played. Hands down. Those 10 levels are going to be the most spectacular 10 levels you ever played. You're going to have a fucking orgasm playing those 10 levels. That's how great they're going to be. So
At 20 frames per second.
Jesus.
I don't like to be like this. I don't like to, be so negative and so. But they've shown nothing. No, there's nothing for me to get positive about. There's nothing for me to believe. There's no anything. I want to believe people. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But time and time again, they've shown that they'll say one thing when the truth is something completely different. Now, if tomorrow there was a post on the front page of Intellivision.com and said, "Hey, 27 games are ready," then I would say, "Okay, the 27 games are ready." Right? They've claimed at least 27 are ready. But I doubt that's going to happen. I doubt there's going to be a tweet. I doubt there's going to be anything other than Retro Bro and the Retro Bro community repeating it. Atomic Age Gamer says, okay, everyone talks about the lag, but no one pointed out that the Blaster Fire and Astro Smash doesn't line up with the ships when they move laterally. Actually, Atomic Age Gamer, we pointed that out the first time they showed the trailer. We've pointed it out so much that we just stopped pointing it out. I mean, go back to my earlier videos. I've pointed out so much stuff that you think that when people start jumping on the train late, they're like, oh, no one's pointed X, Y, or Z. And I've seen a couple people make videos, the things no one's talking about, or the problems within television that no one's pointed out. And I'm always like, dude, we've pointed it out. It was just so long ago, right? It's like 2 years ago, a year ago. Not that I'm upset about people not watching my videos. I'm just saying.
They don't watch because they don't think you have the passion or the glory.
I don't have passion for destroying television. No, but again, I think if you look at the numbers, because I'm a big numbers person, they're getting I would say 7,000 was the average. If you took their videos and averaged their videos, getting rid of the outliers, it's going to be about 7,000 view average. Terrible. Not only is that the average, but we'll see physical box editions got 18,000 views. I don't think they got 18,000 physical product orders. They don't got 18,000 pre-orders for the console. The user interface sneak peek, which was the last video over a month ago, only got 13,000 views.
And how many of those are us watching it over and over again to make fun of it?
Yeah.
I can take 5 of those views away.
Oof.
So I don't know what. Not to harp on this, but I don't know. And those are nearly sold out. Yeah, they're still nearly sold out years later. Greatest commercial ever. It's the greatest fucking commercial. You're like, oh my god, this commercial is so great. I would be convinced to buy it on television. I don't think they have any sort of reach, right? these are the videos that they've been putting out. They've been having people promote them. You know, you got the Retro Bro community, Saggies, Pete's community, all these Facebook groups, people sharing it. I'm sure they share the video and telling all their friends, right? And these are the only amount of views they can get. I mean, that's got to tell you something. That's got to be like, hey, there is no interest. There's just nothing. You know, Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto just says, hey, I'm going to come out and fart on a video, and he's going to get 200,000 views. Probably more, probably a million, because that'd be something.
A lot more than that, yeah.
Just came up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes no sense to me that anybody would think at this point in the game that they're selling, hundreds of thousands of units. Even if it's great, even if it's the most fun ever, there's just no reach. There's just no marketing available to Intellivision to get the word out, to get people interested in it, to get anything, any traction. Unless somehow fucking Neil Patrick Harris stumbles upon the Intellivision, buys one, and decides to start promoting it for free on Twitter or something. No one's gonna hear about it. It's just gonna come and go like the wind. Yeah. No Square says, I've talked to too many people who don't agree with how Intellivision is handling the Amico, but can't stop watching the drama unfold. Yeah, that's the other thing. How many, like you said, how many views are they getting? Are just drama views, or just people laughing, pointing and laughing views?
Yeah,
versus actual people interested in buying it.
Well, did you see before they got rid of the dislikes numbers, the dislikes on Intellivision? It was pretty bad. So I think it was like half the traffic at least is making fun of it.
Well, it's not even bad. Here, I'm going to go to the official Intellivision channel because, again, Tommy was really adamant about their likes and dislikes.
Well, it was also questionable because they would drop a video and then instantly there'd be like 200-300 views and 150 likes. I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. And then once the other people start watching it, it would go to like 180 likes and 1,000 views or something like that. So a little fishy.
So we're just gonna go. Ninja Kitty got 1.9 thousand views on his Amico watch along, but the last video that they did was the Intellivision Amico sneak peek user interface. Okay, they have currently 13,143 views, 0 dislikes. No one dislikes the video. It's great. Everybody loves it. It's no dislikes. But now you'd always hear Tommy say that the like to dislike ratio, right? Like to dislike ratio. So here's the thing, the like to dislike ratio is a good indication of active people, their views, right? However, you have to look at the number and compare it to the views in order to actually gauge interest, right? Because only 600 people were bothered enough to actually press the like button on this video. 600. 13,000 views, 600. That means at least 12,500 people were so apathetic to the video that they couldn't push like. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So 600 is probably the amount that would be considered active, interested, pre-order potential customers. Not 13,000, 600. That's ridiculously low. That's terrible.
Maybe even that, because sometimes people just press like just to give someone a like. Like I think that's a common thing on YouTube.
But I'm just assuming, I'm just assuming, that these are actual legitimate likes, legitimate views. We're just going to assume, assume the best. I don't think that that's sustainable. I don't think that's, anywhere near the level of interest that they need to have in order to really sell the product.
Yeah. And I think, it'd be interesting if in their analytics, where the traffic is coming from. Because, you can look on that on YouTube. So like it would be really fascinating to see if like majority of the people are already in the community and they're just going there to the video, giving it views, right? So then that's how you would know, hey, like there's not a lot of, people from IGN visiting this video or like, from family channels or whatever it may be, right? So I wish we would have data on that because that would kind of expose a lot of things, right? I don't think there's any like what do you call it? Add-ons on like Chrome or that can like tell you those little details.
No, I
But that
don't
would be
think so.
super useful. Yeah.
Let's see. Amico Astro Smash Deep Dive got 10,000 views, 561 likes. Shark 8,483 views, 403 likes. Missile Command 7,837 views, 360 likes. Again, the likes are not approaching any number where you're like, wow, these are thousands of likes. It's the same 600 to 800 people liking these videos at this current point.
Well, one
You know what I
thing,
mean?
what
So
I was gonna say, one thing you can, I know it's not the biggest indicator of I don't know, popularity or whatnot, but just look at the official subreddit compared to the good subreddit. The amount of
Yeah.
activity and just chatter is pretty much nil to at least something, and then something that's actually growing.
yeah. Well, here's
Yeah.
a prime example. Tommy called this the most important video from Intellivision, right? The Amico family's Crayola experience. 11,532 views. The most important video. This video was passed around by everybody. 494 likes. That's it.
Hmm.
So again, there's nothing to indicate anywhere any level of interest in Intellivision. And I'm sorry, I'm not like trying to be mean. I know it sounds mean. I'm always
Well, it's not being mean; it's just being honest. I did a
Hmm.
video of when Playdate did their sizzle reel from May, I think. And I did the comparison, or maybe it's at E3, right after E3, and it just showed how much traffic they had and on YouTube on their video compared to the Amico, and just how IGN and all the big sites were picking that up, and the comment sections are all positive, and it's not just two trolls in every single section or something, and you can barely find anything from television, like
Yeah.
barely, and the only things you can find are like negative stuff.
Hmm.
yeah. The Playdate update from 7 months ago got 253,000 views,
Yeah,
7,000 likes. So yeah, I mean the traffic is just skewed
and that's a
heavily.
niche system. That's a super
Hmm.
niche system to play. It's not like it's something people are talking about it. So if a niche system is blowing it out of the water, how niche is this? How niche will the Amico be then?
It's
Well,
an
super niche
island.
because
Yeah,
nobody
it is.
cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't think anything at this point can save them. I don't think anything at this point could help them climb out of the hole. There's really nothing. I mean, unless some company like Sony or Nintendo bought the Amico, and
I
even
don't
then, I think
even.
they would just
I
buy
don't
it.
even think an acquisition. Like, I think this is just going to crumble and fall. Like, there's just
So
no way there's anything valuable attached to this.
do you think that Nestastic overestimated the 100 million units sold mark?
Yeah,
Of course.
just by a little bit.
He
A little.
overshot, I guess.
Uh, it is like I said. I just I'm so flabbergasted. I'm so a loss for words that I don't think this was ever a good idea. Maybe at the very beginning, if the pitch was 100% accurate, if the pitch was the actual product that we were getting, maybe this thing would sell 100,000 units. Maybe.
Not even. Not even.
You don't think
To get
at
to that,
100 and what was it, $149? You're getting Pro
100,
Jamonero, Bad Dudes, uh,
I don't think so.
Archon. I think with the lineup, I think they had enough to get 100,000 units. Original
Only if it was
pitch.
like $99, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. Yeah, but like the price range is just too expensive. Like I can't really see that happening.
Well, yeah, like I
Like
said, I'm not
even
going
with
by
the
now.
games.
I'm not going by what it is. I'm going by what it was
Yeah,
Could
presented.
have been, yeah.
even what it was could have been. I don't know. I think it was really niche to begin with. Like and it wasn't. I don't know. I never found it all that compelling. But it's just not my wheelhouse, right? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your
It's
word
not
on
really in
that.
my
Yeah.
wheelhouse either. I'm not a retro gamer. I've said it many times. I think retro gaming was cool when it was not retro, when it was actual, the current
Yeah.
gen. I can't go back. I know a lot of people can, but I just can't. I can't watch black and white movies. I can't watch silent films, or listen to radio dramas, radio plays.
Mm.
I want TV. I want
Maybe if you're
modern
like studying
movies.
it, but like as for entertainment, yeah, I would say it's a little hard to get into um, retro gaming. Like there has to be a game that just kind of is really just
Well, it
intuitive, right?
has to be the classics, like the stuff that's
Yeah.
like, give you an example. I bought the Evercade VS Founders Edition. Got six cartridges, and I played it twice since I've had it because the stuff on my Switch and Xbox are
Hmm.
way more fun. So
Anthony EFX is spreading misinformation in the chat. We got to call him on this. He says Amico doesn't even have an SD card slot. VCS has a M.2 HDD port. Amico has a micro SD slot. It does have one.
Hmm.
Remember, I have a shell, so it does.
you also have physical products.
Oh yeah, what's the eternal storage for the Amico? I
Internal?
just never. Yeah, internal.
Shit. Let me look it up. I'm not gonna say a number off the top of my head because I know that they doubled it or something.
Okay.
Let's see.
Because some of these games look like they could be even less than a gigabyte.
The games that the Amigo games,
Yeah.
they're Flash games. They could be like a
Yeah,
lot
that's what I
smaller.
mean.
And I'm
Yeah,
not joking.
that's
Like
what I mean.
it's
Because it would be like if the internal storage is like some, you know, higher than 64 gigs, I would be like, what's the point
oh,
of
I
that?
don't think it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. I don't think. I think Finnegan Fox is like 1 gigabyte though. I think. If I
Oh wow.
remember. Hold on, I will. Tommy Ouyamico is joining us. What's up, Tommy? Hopefully, this
No,
is
what's
good.
up?
What's up, booty greasers?
What's
My
going on?
God,
What is the storage? Do you know the
it
storage?
says 32 gig in the comments.
Okay.
Okay. We'll go with the comments. Yeah, I think Fox and Forest. What does it say? 2 gigabytes of RAM memory.
Hmm.
I think it was less on the Switch. I think we looked this
Man,
up before.
yeah. 2
So
gigs?
what's going on, Tommy?
Oh, I gotta get myself a 1 TB card for the Switch because I got too many cheap games that are 2 gigs each,
Yeah.
man. I got the 500, but I gotta drop like $100 on like one of these 1 TB cards, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And you gotta be
Okay. So
careful. You gotta buy, one is right for the Switch.
yeah.
Yeah.
It says here game file size. This is for the Switch version of Fox and Forest, 288 megabytes. So I think that's the biggest
Yeah.
game they have. I would imagine that'd be the biggest game.
Mm.
They shouldn't be big.
Yeah.
It's not like these
that's-
games
that's
have
what I was thinking.
dialogue or 7.1 or 5.1 surround going in
So-
or anything like that.
Listen, man, it's not the size that matters; it's the motion of the ocean. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
But their motion isn't working, man.
the motion
But,
controls are not working.
You forget, Ninja Kitty, that Tommy redid all the music, and he only wants the highest quality of musical sound from Amico games. So
Yeah.
I imagine half of the size of the file is just going to be all audio. It's going to be
Oh,
like 2 gigs of audio files.
Yeah, but
on every
he
game.
did music back in 1992 where they're using like MIDIs or something like that. So
No, everything's
Is
going to
no-
be used on gems. He went back. He's using the gem software to make all the sounds.
and I don't think they have high quality sound effects based off the missile command alarm siren and stuff like that.
mhm.
So, Tommy Amico, you're new on the panel. You just joined us mid-chat. What do you think? Do you think a Kickstarter or a fundraiser is a good idea at this point in the game?
yeah, get it. They got to get as much money as possible. Gotta suck it up, man. You gotta sucker as many people as you can, right? I mean, line them up, man. Let's go. Let's get people from other countries that don't know what the fuck is going on. You think we could trick old people, right? Let's trick old people who are from the Middle East that just don't know what the fuck's going on, man. People got money to blow.
Some
I
Saudi
think.
print-
See, I think I believe that the Dubai thing or Saudi thing could be totally true because didn't somebody say that somebody from over there was funding Atari, the modern Atari, and they're way into entertainment stuff. They have a Ferrari theme park. I mean, they would love the Aerosmith's cousin. They'd be super into it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think somebody from the Middle East funded the new SNK thing that they're working on.
Yeah, because when you were talking about it with Bro, he's like, well, I don't know why they would want it. It's like, dude, you know anything about the fucking people in the Middle East? 'Cause
Yeah.
They got
It's
a
emerging
fucking
market. Yeah.
yeah. It's like they got more theme parks than Florida. So what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They got a
so,
Hotel Transylvania.
what are we talking here? No Swear Gamer said, I just checked the fact. Tommy just listed to Retro Bro all the launch window games from the fact. Those are all
Wow.
The fact is fucked up, man. Fuck the fact. There you go. There's a song.
Oh man.
The fact says, because No Square Gamer said the fact says that they think it's going to come out Q1, but we believe he's been telling Retro Bro it's like after that. Retro Bro keeps saying Q2, so the fact is bullshit. Don't trust the fact.
Hmm.
What about the statement of facts? Should we trust that?
Yeah. Don't trust the statements.
So you don't think
so-
that they have 27 games already to go?
I don't. They didn't even announce the 6-pack in, did they?
No, because that's not on the
Not
fact.
officially.
What?
That's not on the fact. It's not
Yeah.
On the fact, yeah. I mean, I don't know. The fact is got even the questions on the fact make you suspicious. Like some of the questions are just written and worded in a way where, like, even without the answer, you're reading the question like, "What the fuck is this company?" I don't have concrete examples, but every time I look at that fact, which is just like a couple times now, I've just been like, "What the fuck is this?"
Hmm.
It's big too.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
Kickstarter, you don't want to go Kickstarter because then you just pull in attention by people who know better. Like you said, I heard you say that earlier. Like Kickstarter draws attention to people who look at shit for scams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were lucky that they got the fundable and they got a fig thing. That was, you know, as lucky as them having COVID happen. It's just things have worked out in their favor to stretch it out this long.
Mhm.
But I do think they could. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they could start making these things, and Tommy can go on QVC and sell them. So I think he can sell them. I think he can move them.
Problem is that you have to pay to get on QVC.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I think he can. I think there's an infinite amount of morons around the world that will give this guy money.
But the problem
Just
is,
'cause he, you know, I
there's
work
only
with
so many,
Miyamoto.
there's only so many people who watch QVC also, so
There's at least 200,000 of them.
because
Yeah,
Leapfrog
but
went on
you-
QVC and that didn't work out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, well, it
True.
didn't work. You say work out. You say work out. He just needs to get 200,000 of them out and then run away with his millions of dollars and say it was a success. Like it's not
Well-
work out. Like a
here's
Jaguar
the
didn't
thing.
work out, but they sold 200,000 Jaguars.
Right. Here's the thing, though,
Mhm.
Tommy. Remember, they went. I think it was No Swear Gamer went over the fig deal. It was either No Swear or Genovi. Went over the fig deal, broke it down. Basically, they got to sell like 1 million just to break even with this fig deal.
Fuck, it's 1 million now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Tommy was reading the fine unless the fig deal is just written really weird and everyone's interpreting it wrong.
Oh well, you mean for fig people to get their money back? Yeah.
No, I'm
it's-
talking about for Tommy because in television,
Oh,
basically
God.
signed over a percentage of the sales.
Well, for
to fig.
Tommy, yeah, Tommy, they declare bankruptcy on the company and everyone walks away. But
And no Swear says Genovi went over the fig deal. Yeah,
Yes, he
they're getting
did. Yeah.
30% of the sales or something like that. Like off the
Obi-Wan
top.
Genovi.
Not even like 30% of the profits, like 30% of the sale price.
Yeah, well, that was. I guess I was talking to Leo DS the other day, and he was saying, or the other night, he's saying that. Or last night, he was saying that he thinks that if they made it a Kickstarter, and then your reward in the Kickstarter is that you get your Amico, then they don't have to count that as sales to the fig and to the investors and shit. Because it's like, hey, we didn't sell anything.
no.
That was a Kickstarter reward, like.
Technically,
And then they
That'd
can
be
sell
funny.
for $250. Yeah,
Damn.
who knows?
he's a genius. Leo should be working for them. I mean, maybe they're listening. That's a pretty clever one. Then you can sell them for $300 with the games, or like 4 controller pack ones. So that, if we make so much money, we're gonna get Earthworm Jim fucking 5 and 6 and 7. Like you just keep pulling people in with that. There's ways you can
Damn.
really
Well,
damage people.
by that token, Tommy can just sell keychains for $250 that come with a free Amico. So technically,
Well, they're not.
selling
You
Amicos.
like you said, tokens. We're already selling coins. And see,
No,
Leo
but-
pointed this out. When they sell a box, they're not really selling a game, so they don't have to share the profit on that because they just sold a box.
Right, but that was again. We don't know that for fact. We just.
Oh, I know. I'm a
assuming-
speculative guy. Yeah, straight up. I'm just a speculative guy. That's my rub.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear because
Yeah.
anything said.
This is not a
here-
Tony statement. This is a crazy Ouyamico land and Leo DS craziness, where we just did it with like a conspiracy theory board. Like I think it was on Reddit, the official one. It's like no conspiracy theorists about Amico. Yeah, that's me.
Everything is a conspiracy theory when it says that Tommy's lying or the company's bad.
Right. but like I said the other day, it is there are people on the anti-Amico making up complete bullshit also. And I don't do it on purpose, but it gets spread around. So yeah, let's be clear. Yeah.
Well, there are people on the I won't even say anti-Amico, just people who are critical of the Amico, who have taken my videos. They've watched my videos where I clearly say things in clear language, and then taken what I said and twisted it into something completely different, and then I get blamed. Like, you said the thing, yeah, but I didn't say the thing that they're claiming.
Oh yeah, that happens. They did that to me. I know what you mean. They tell me, oh, it's the song says it's about this. It's like the Beatles, like, oh, Charles Manson. The song told me I gotta kill all these people. The Beatles told me, like that song is not about you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because that happened with the Prism thing. All I did was report that Prism was an active.
That's on the FAQ. There's one that's like, were there other names considered for the Amico? It's on the FAQ. You're like, why the fuck would you even put this stupid shit in here? Like, if you're thinking about buying this thing, why would you even care?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I pointed that out. I was just like, hey, they're trademarking this. This other name is getting held up. Here are the
Yeah.
facts. And then people are like, you said that they were going to make it. It was going to be the Prism. I'm like, no, I didn't. Like, watch the video.
You
The video
fucking
shows
said,
over.
Tony. You promised me, Tony. I promise you. What did he tell? What did he
'Cause that's why they try
tell?
to claim your fake news.
Your fake news. What did he tell? What did Talarico told Turbo Joe? 100%. It'll be out before the end of the year. 100%. We can have the fucking clip, man. Leo is running it, man.
Mhm.
He said on the slopes. Remember, he said 100% by the end of the year.
By 100%, I meant 90%, and by the end of the year, I meant by the end of the year plus 6 months plus when we get the funding. I mean, 1 year after we're funded, 100% of 100% funding. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't. There's no other. It's a very clear. You said it very clearly. It would 100% be out by the end of the year. Shut the fuck up, you liar.
Mhm.
What he meant was, it was if it wasn't for the haters. You didn't. That was just implied.
Oh yeah, the haters and the virus. Yeah.
Mhm.
The haters. Ooh, we're lovers. We love this thing. We love making fun of this thing. Stop calling us haters.
I
Like,
don't.
this is fun
I
as
agree with
fuck.
you.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't have fun.
No, I have fun.
You-
I just don't love it. Like, it's not like I don't wake up in the morning going, I'm gonna make fun of it in television.
Yeah.
I just live my life. And every once in a while I do something
I just
stupid
live my
like
life. So I'm a little bit more like extra Sanderson, where I wake up and I'm like, oh, what's the fucking stupidest thing I can do that has to deal with Amico? Like, what's the dumbest shit I could do today? I know, a vaporware album. You know,
Oh man.
Wow. So somehow we're now at 4 hours. Like, we started talking to Miko and suddenly like 3 hours just like fucking went by.
Oh,
I want my Amico.
It never ends.
It never ends. The Amico rabbit hole, and you live here now. This is Wonderland. We just live here now. That's, you know, no. I'm the nicest person, but I'm still an asshole. I'm just Cheshire Cat, so.
I'm a huge asshole. Yeah, no swear gamer, price subject to change. It didn't say that. He just, dude. You got to remember, I'm the guy who, with Tommy saying on Atari Age, Snafu is gonna be a pack-in, 100%. He told some guy, I love the story
100%.
of you and your family playing Snafu. So the new Snafu's 100% pack-in. And I said, you announced the pack-ins, there was no Snafu. And then Tommy turned around and said, how do you know we're not going to have 7 pack-ins, 10 pack-ins, 100 pack-ins?
Oh,
1,000 pack-ins.
He goes, until the console's out and Snafu isn't a pack-in,
Anything.
then you can't say I.
It's more like he's not telling you can't say it. He's like, I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want because it's not out yet, man. So like, if I can tell these bastards there's going to be 10,000 games on it, I can say that because it's not out yet. It's incomplete. That's just a work in progress.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. You're not allowed to call me out on anything.
Yeah, nothing is official until it's out.
Yeah, nothing is official, so I can say, you get a free fucking game on your birthday because it's just not official. So fuck it. I mean, could can you imagine being like, imagine if he lives his personal life like that. What a fucked up way to think.
mhm.
Yeah. So I think that's it. Unless Retro Bro and them are dropping some more exclusives that we need to talk about, I think that's everything we got is Go Land.
Yo,
We don't really know
nice
anything.
to talk to you guys.
Yeah, it
You
was.
don't
Yeah.
have to leave.
Oh.
Joe got
Oh.
Damn.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying.
I only
don't
think
there's
about
nothing
one
else.
thing.
Yeah. There's nothing else for Amico unless something happens. We do appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate you guys joining in. Tommy Ouyamico, always fun to have you. Never know what you're going to say. Always worry me.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not trying to be crazy on here. It just happens.
I know. You
Okay.
have a good heart. You
I do. I'm just crazy.
over.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. I'm trying to work on it.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna move on from Intellivision Amico
All right.
and talk something else.
I'm
Okay.
gonna jet
All
because they
right.
still haven't had dinner and it's like 11:20.
You don't
Man's
need
I'm gonna-
dinner.
I'm gonna try to hang out, and I'm gonna
I'm
try not
dying.
to talk about Amico. I'm gonna try to just be like not Amico.
But
Well,
thanks for having me
there
on,
was one
guys.
more Amico thing I wanted to talk
Let's
about.
do it. More Amico
Awful.
thing.
That's why I took the banner down. So it's not an official. It's not going to be clipped. This is not going to be included.
Oh
in the
no, what's
official
this?
clip.
Now I have to stay.
So I don't know if any of you seen that. Once again, Cyrus has renamed his channel. It's no longer the Joy of Intellivision. It's Intellivision Videos. He released a update saying that he's just not going to talk about the Amico. There's nothing to talk about in Amico Land. Just not going to talk about it.
Yeah,
Do you
he
think
was
that
on.
this is an indication of maybe he was told basically like, "Hey, dude, it's not coming out for like, you know."
Well, let me add to that on the start of DJC's stream the other night, DJC introduced him as the author of the Intellivision book, made a big deal about it, and Cyrus immediately said, "I'm not talking about the book." So they
also,
continued to talk about Intellivision and stuff, but they didn't talk about the book.
well, here's the thing: if you watch the update on the Intellivision Videos channel, formerly Joy of Intellivision, Cyrus says that he's pulled the book from circulation. He's no longer selling the book.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
He did claim. Now, again, I'm saying claim because he offered no proof. And you know me; it doesn't matter who you are. I need proof. I need evidence. But he's claimed that people were contacting Lulu.com saying that the book was CP. Obviously, it's not.
What?
That they were
Don't do that,
harassing.
guys. If you're out there doing that, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Jesus.
And
Yeah,
we strongly
something like
discourage
that.
it.
that they reached out to the shelter that he was giving the money to, the charity shelter, and
Oh,
that they
that's
were
fucked
harassing
up.
the shelter.
I mean, I don't think Cyrus would lie about that. That's what's fucked up. I could see
Yeah,
Tommy
that's
lying
pretty
about shit like
fucked up.
that, but now it makes me think other people it's really happening to them too. Because I mean, maybe I don't know Cyrus personally or anything, but he just seems like the kind of guy who wouldn't make that shit up.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
far.
know.
Here's the thing.
That's a serious crime. Yeah, like
It is, but here's the thing, right? Again, I don't think Cyrus would make it up, but I do think he would exaggerate. Like if
Yeah,
one person called Lulu, right, and it was just like, "Hey, Cyrus's book is CP," right? Obviously, Lulu's gonna be like, "No, it's not. Whatever," right? Hang up on them. And I could see
but
him
how
like
does he even get
freaking out
alerted? How does he even know?
because suppose I
He gets
guess
a
no,
process chain email thing that's just like one or more people have complained about your book.
they had to contact him. Claim is made to Lulu. Yeah, and they
Uh-huh.
like, "Hey, we have to take a look at your book. We have to review your book real quick. Give us the PDF or whatever, so we can make
Okay.
sure that it's not."
Yeah, and then it just went back. So maybe.
But like the
Yeah,
shelter,
but still, one person is too many. Just leave the fucking book companies alone, guys. Like, let's be real. One person is too many. Like, come
I
on,
agree.
chill the fuck out, everybody.
yeah.
I
You
just
know,
think
make a
that,
cool video or make a funny song or just say fuck you on a video to people, but don't be doing that. Come on, guys.
yeah. I just think that that is terrible. It's gross. You shouldn't do that. It's horrible. One is too many. But I've seen Cyrus. I've seen him around enough to know that he reacts very, very much. Like he goes from 0 to 100 on things.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah.
Especially if he doesn't have a Snickers bar with him.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, again, and here's the other thing, and we know this. We all know this. There's no way to verify who's doing what, right?
Right.
So it's very easy. And I had to deal with something earlier because someone called Jill the Retro Gamer went over to Atari Creeps channel, was talking shit, saying Tony's gonna go shut down your fucking business that he's opening or something. I don't even fucking know, right? So Atari Creeps started talking shit about me. I'm like, dude, I didn't even say nothing about you. I don't know who the fuck this person is. This person's not me, right? Stop feeding the trolls. Stop letting the trolls fucking control you. And he's like, well, I didn't believe the person anyway. I was just talking shit because I'm responding. Yeah, you're responding to me though. I didn't even say shit. You're fucking feeding the trolls. They want you to talk shit about me so I can come talk shit about you so the two of us can fight so they can be happy and get the jollies off, right?
Right.
So
I mean, it's just go ahead.
I was gonna say, so we don't know, right? Like it can be real easy for a relic gamer to call Lulu.
Okay. okay, I hear what you're saying, but on the other hand, why has no one complained about Tony's book? Why has no one complained about like my shirts? Or, like, why
Well,
aren't we
they
getting
have.
this?
They've complained.
They
about
have
my
complained
book.
about your book. Okay, then I can totally understand what you're saying, because I do remember they said your book was CP, didn't they?
No, they said my book was fake. There's a bunch of 1-star reviews on my book and stuff.
But that's different. Nobody fucking CP'd your book. Like, I mean, I
that
feel
I
like
know of.
Relic would, though, if he was out there doing that. Come on, man.
Except now here's the thing. You have to remember. If they did that, right? If they did that, then I would be able to come out here and say, hey, they're harassing me, right? But they're not harassing me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You know, this is
They're
a big
victims.
brain game. This is not a game. Yeah, this is not a game for someone like me who screams "fuck you" into a microphone. Like, I don't understand. You know, this is tricky stuff. This is just deep stuff.
Right. So, if you want to maintain the idea that they're the victims and we're the victimizers, they would attack themselves and claim it was us. They wouldn't attack us like that.
That sounds like an Amico conspiracy. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
All I'm saying is I'm tired of them putting the chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, you might be right. I mean, that's how I want to feel. I want that to be true. I want that to be true. I don't want it to be that fucking Avolt calls them. I don't want it to be that somebody we know calls them, or but I mean, don't fucking do it. If you're one of our friends, like deep down,
with
we
Tony
wouldn't be
here,
your friend.
Because we can just look at the track record of the lies that one side has made and exaggerations and over and over and over, and it's hard to believe when you cry wolf or whatever.
Yeah, some people. Yeah, I mean, the reality is, like you're saying, there are people that have tens of thousands of dollars invested in this and more. So yeah, I mean, there's people who have a lot of reasons to do a lot of shit in this that I always kind of forget about sometimes.
We go back to, I can't remember, was it the last time we talked?
Yeah.
We're talking about a certain somebody who was, like, somebody bringing up that their kid's in a video or something like that, and that person threw a huge hissy fit and extremely overreacted over the whole thing and made it seem like everyone's out to get them and attacking doxing, and so they take something and stretch the truth into insane levels. So it's hard to believe anything they say.
What I was going to say was, if you remember last week, we got a visit from a man we're all familiar with, named Retro Bro. Came on here, we talked. Didn't get clipped. I told him I wasn't clipping it. It is in the unlisted video, in the archives, in the vault. But he said that he got a message from someone saying that they were done with Retro Bro for talking to us.
Oh yeah, that was messed up.
Retro Bro has three different songs by 3 different artists on YouTube making fun of him.
Right. But this isn't about that. This is about
I know.
Someone said that they were done with the Retro Bro and blah blah blah. Right? He made a big stink about it. Retro Bro showed me. Remember, he showed me. He's like, "Hey, I'll show you." Yeah. And that person is right now, or at least was. I am not watching the show, but that person was on Amico After Dark. That's the level that these people are at. They'll attack Retro Bro and say, "Hey, you're I'm done with you. I'm sick and tired of this shit, and you're hanging around with people that are evil," only to come back and be on the show because they were trying to manipulate him. They were just trying to mentally manipulate him.
Yeah.
Do you think Carl's ever going to turn back on their side?
No.
I don't know.
Oh shit! I don't know. Dun, dun, dun.
He won't.
No, he better not.
Yeah.
Do you think has anyone ever gone? Because he was done with Retro Bro. I don't know who you're talking about because I can't figure things out. I'm not that smart. But he said he was done with Retro Bro, but was he done with Amico?
No,
because that is the Amico epicenter now, and you may have to deal with Jabba the Hutt or whoever the fuck just to get into the Amico. I mean, the Amico guild. I mean, you may be done with Retro Bro, but if that's the tip top Amico show, And when this person said they were done with Retro Bro, was it before he became the Amico king and Phil Adam gave him the crown? Because he is now the leading source of Amico news. Oh, okay, this was last week. I wasn't listening. I don't know.
Like I said, it was at the very end of our show when Retro Bro told me, he's like, "Hey,
It was pretty late.
showed me.
Yeah.
We don't blame you for not watching, but yeah, like I said, you know, the level of mental manipulation that I've seen these people do. Again, I mentioned Mad Max earlier. Mad Max was always complaining about having me on the show because remember, I'm anti-Amico. I'm a terrible person. So he was complaining that, you know, when I'm on the show, his Amico bros don't want to come on the show, right? So the second that I left, suddenly some Amico bros showed up, which tells me that those people were in his ear, feeding him nonsense about me, saying evil things, that Tony is a terrible human being.
Yeah,
So
man. I mean,
basically-
Sinister Moon is on there today, so what the fuck? I mean, you know, they're all assholes. I'll say it.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it. You're saying it with a lot of. You're walking around with saying it. But yeah, they're just fucking assholes. They're children. Fucking high school shit. What are you gonna do? I mean, I don't know. This is you know how they protect their egos or whatever. It just makes them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, as far as Sinister Moon, I don't see what he would add to the conversation.
Right, it's a fucking joke. It's just like, oh, he's got a lot of fucking subs. Oh, he had a video at McDonald's that almost has 1 million views. We need to have him on to legitimize Amico because he's on our side. It's fucking ridiculous.
He adds the sex appeal, man.
Yeah, it's fucking.
No Swear Gamer says Mad Max seems to have stopped covering Amico. Well, he stopped covering it because his audience don't want to hear about it, and some of his friends were basically shitting on it, and he didn't like that.
I mean, it doesn't get you views. I mean, let's be real, guys. Like, unless you know, it gets you views. I mean, but like you said, there's way other shit you could cover. Come on.
Well, if I wanted just views, I mean,
yeah, like come on, like movies and drama and shit. Let's come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's really weird. It's really weird. And like I said,
It's fascinating.
It is.
I keep saying it. It's like a real life Trailer Park Boys. I insist you people watch it because they could all fit right into that perfectly.
I don't need more shit like this. I don't. If it's like this, if Trailer Park Boys is like this, I don't need any more.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. At least it's fictional. It makes you feel better. It's easier to sleep at night.
Yeah. Anthony EFX says, isn't it funny when there's an Amico stream? Did you ever notice when someone asks a serious question, DJC or someone goes right to making a joke or acting silly to skip the question?
Yeah, Saggy Melons does it too. Yeah.
All of them. I've never heard anybody answer a question like a straight answer, like, "Hey, is this thing coming out?" And then they'll like talk about chip shortages and this, like, no, just simple yes or no question. And
that's why I liked No Swear Gamers visit the other week on the Retro Bro.
Oh God,
because they can try, because they do, like you said, the mental gymnastics, and they have such weak game in trying to twist and try to frustrate people. And someone like No Swear, just like just kept like it didn't affect them at all. And then, like you're saying, I didn't watch the whole thing, but anytime like a point was being made or they felt uncomfortable because the truth was being spoken, and you see some like DJC grab a flamingo and try to be funny, but look ridiculous. And
I mean, think about how ridiculous it is now, but imagine, start saving these down, because when you watch this 6 months from now, after all this shit has come true and failed and shit, and it's going to be even more ridiculous. Like, Leo's been pulling out videos from 6 or 7 months ago where Rab's sitting there going, it looks more vibrant, it looks better when you're there in real life. Like, it's just fucking crazy. And you're like, none of this shit came true, none of this is real. And he's saying, all the games are developed specifically for this controller. So just imagine how the videos now are going to look when the thing's already fucked. Like, God. It's going to be more ridiculous, the flamingo shit.
Yeah, I mean, we were told at the beginning that all the games were going to be designed around the controller. That was one of my first criticisms.
Yeah. You go watch a whole interview. You can watch an whole interview like that and just watch him talk about it now. Watch an interview of him from back then talking about shit like that. You'll just be like, holy shit, none of these games look like what he's describing.
Well, it's not just that. Like I said, I basically said, look, if you're gonna have games, they got to be designed around the controller because the controller is a new thing. It's a different controller. And Tommy's like, yeah, all the games are going to be personally designed, from scratch for the controller. And then you start seeing him porting over games. You're like, wait a minute. Evil Knievel wasn't designed for an Amico controller. Fox and Forest was not designed for Amico.
Yeah, the developers don't have dev kits and they're using Xbox 360 controllers, but it's all designed specifically for our controller.
Yeah, so
I mean, in as much as I guess that they had to enable the touchscreen buttons, then yeah, it is specifically for that controller. You had to go through that extra step of making the touchscreen buttons, but that's not what you're implying when you say that.
right. And I think that's his biggest thing is he'll imply something, but not say it.
And it's theoretically true, and it is a seed of truth in saying, yes, I added an A and B button to the screen on Finnegan Fox, so it's different. We designed it specifically for this controller. This version has a specific design for this controller. We had to implement that extra step between the screens. It's
Tommy, the controller adds that extra lag. That's the Karma engine. It makes it extra challenging for you. So every game is specially designed.
You guys ever think you ever think that you ever think that there is some karma at work, all his bullshit, and then the system lags and things don't come out, and there is some karma, man. He played with karma and he got fucked.
Well, there is definitely karma at play because here's the thing: if Tommy Tallarico would just have kept his mouth shut and never ever said anything about me, never mentioned me, never discussed me, we would not be here on my show.
That's
talking about it.
That's not karma. That's Streisand effect. I mean, that's
no, it's karma.
It's karma because specifically my channel started because he insisted on doing an interview live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. He kicked it into gear. Yeah. Somebody was talking about it recently. They were saying that he's the one that would promote YouTubers and kind of give them a little boost, and then they'd come back months later and say it was dog shit and it looked bad. There was several early ones, yeah.
Well, you gotta You gotta be honest. He didn't give me a boost. Like I said, I just wanted to interview him.
No.
Do it live. And again, that would
he promotes you on Twitter and all this stuff like he does. I don't know.
No, he didn't. He never. Because
he would do that for other people. He did that to the kid whose house he went to. Remember when he was on vacation? He went to that kid's house. I really want to remember if anyone knows that guy's channel name, but he had glasses, and Tommy went to his house and go over there. I know he was grown up, but I mean, come on, he was a fucking dork. So
the guy who looked like the Nintendo Me.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like
what was that?
He looked like a kid, man.
The crying guy.
He was married. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nintendo Me, holy shit.
Well, he looked like a Nintendo Me character.
Doesn't a Nintendo Me look like everybody because you make it look like you? What the fuck are you talking about?
I posted it.
I know what he's talking about. So.
Oh, okay.
That's hilarious.
What the hell was his name? Fuck.
Yeah, I'll never remember, but I want to go back to that guy's channel and look at it and just see what he's doing now.
Because his kid was in the video also or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. Art of Mana. There we go.
Art of Mana.
Oh, there you go. Art of Mana. Thanks, guys. Yeah. I want to go look at that channel again. Art of Mana. Hilarious.
Here's what was hilarious to me about Art of Mana's channel.
It does look like
you would think.
Tommy went to his house.
No, not that. Right. His channel's name is Art of Mana. Right. I thought the man's name was Arthur, like Arthur of Mana. Art of Mana. It's kind of like a funny thing. So people started calling him Art. He's like, no, you can call me Mana or Art of Mana, not Art.
Weird.
And I always thought that was funny because it'd be like if you were just going to call me
Geek?
If we called
you Geek.
Right?
Can we just call you Geek?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
My channel, right?
Yeah, we call Original C. We just call him Potion sometimes. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So it's really like that's what you got issue with, and then of course the whole crying because someone clipped something that happened to have his kid in it for 2 seconds. That no one was even focused on that.
Was that Art of Mana?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot that was one thing.
He put the video out.
I thought the kid thing was an event thing, but yeah. You know, I mean,
No, there's like many kid things.
that was
There's,
it.
like,
Was that the only time Tommy did a home doctor visit? Like, what was that? That was a fucking weird one, man. Like, he brought the Amico to someone's house. Could you imagine? I would shit my pants if he came over to my house with an Amico. I would fucking lose it. I just,
he
Lord.
he takes that red Amico everywhere with him. It's got like, it's
Holy
handcuffed
smokes.
to his hand.
Fuck yeah, man. Man, I
Got,
would
like,
love to
security
just
guards around him at all times to secure the
like
Amico.
I'm gonna like, you know, I literally sit here thinking like, man, what if I just sobered up and made a fake channel that looked real to get Tommy to come over to my house and like just sit here and daydream about it, and then when he gets there, I just blow smoke in his face. Hey, guess what? I'm Ouyamico. Fuck you. Get the hell off my property.
No, you do that
Would
after he
would it
visits.
work?
Yeah, after I played it, I
Two-
kicked
two
the
things.
Amico down the fucking street.
Two things. One,
Sorry.
he already knows your plan. He watches the videos. That's it. Your plan's exposed.
Yeah.
Two, I think it would have worked maybe 3 years ago.
Right.
2 years
It's
ago,
over
maybe.
now.
It's over now. There's just no. I mean, look at Panda Sub. Panda Sub is a perfect example. He has not gone on his channel, did an interview, say, hey, I'll sit down with you, Panda Sub. Those days are over. Long gone.
But Panda did
Yeah.
get to go to an event. Panda went to an event.
Well, we all got to go. We just couldn't.
Panda Sub claims he played the Amico for like 12 fucking hours or something, right? Do you remember that? He's like,
Yeah.
I had 10 straight hours with it. Like, what? I was like, did Tommy let him take it home? What the fuck? Like,
He's
crazy.
bullshitting.
Because that fucking Dungeons and Dragons store was open for fucking 10 to 12 hours? Like, what the fuck? Like,
No.
Well, the event was
No.
4 hours, each one.
so maybe they let him stay after the place was closed, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know Tommy doesn't sleep more than 4 hours a night, but Lord.
Yeah, I don't think, unless they knew the owner, I don't think he was letting them stay there.
They did know the owner because he went to high school with one of them. Everything's always like super duper like incestuous. Like it's like, oh, he went to high school with Atari Creep, so we're gonna let him like open the secret. That's why that's another thing. It's kind of culty where it's like, oh wait, Retro Bro set up the Crayola event because like he knows someone there or he called them or like it's so weird that like they're setting up their own events and like. I know it's a small company, but they have millions of dollars. Like I've said before, they should just be a van with a TV set up already. That's like the nicest TV in the world. That's already geared up for the games, and it's
You
huge.
like
and they
that.
just drive the
You
thing
like
up.
that,
Huh?
hater, because you would
Yeah.
probably flatten the tires of the van to prevent.
Bomb it? Yeah, no. Come on, guys.
Well, here's the thing. That whole Retro Bro thing, and again, I have to preface this because I know someone's going to clip it or something. I like Retro Bro. Okay, we're friends. We're not close friends, but we're cool. We got no personal issues. That story changed like 4 different times. First, it was that Retro Bro wanted an event, so we convinced Tommy to get something set up. Then it was, well, Retro Bro was told by Tommy to act as a go-between between Intellivision and Crayola. Then it was he didn't do that. That he just introduced Intellivision people to the Crayola people. For some reason, he had to do it. I don't understand like why they couldn't just walk into the fucking Crayola thing themselves, but whatever. And then we find out that it actually wasn't even in Crayola. It was actually like in some rentable space. Like basically, he was like, "Hey, I want to rent the fucking exhibition room. Yeah, no problem."
I know. Did he pay for it or did Tommy give
For
him the
birthday
money?
parties.
It's so fucking weird. Yeah. It's for
Well,
birthday
that-
parties. And like, did he pay him?
Well, here's the thing. I heard at one point Retro Row paid for it because
Yeah.
it was on Mike Mullis on his stream said, you know, we're going to give congratulations to Retro Bro for setting up the event, paying for it, and giving the Crayola thing. And so that was like the story.
And then for people that don't know, there was a
no, I didn't pay for it.
For people that don't know, there was a straight up after party at Retro Bros house. So that was in the other time he went to someone's house was he had a after party at Retro Bros house with it. So
And I don't know if he paid
yeah.
for that either. I don't know if he paid for like dinner
His
for
house.
everybody or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, who knows? I could see. I think it might have been. I think they said when that Tommy went to Harry's Pizza with them, he bought everybody's stuff. I think, but I mean, I think that that's the least he could do. Come
hey
on.
guys, I'm going to Harry's. Do you want something? Give me money. And then he actually physically bought it. Like he paid physically.
Tony, don't be silly.
So I
know
mean, he bought it with their money. He used a
Tommy,
corporate credit
don't be
card. I
silly.
mean,
We know what happened. He bought the pizzas. He brought it back, and they're just empty boxes. That was it.
Placeholder pizza.
No, okay. I'm going to tell you the truth. This story. Listen. You cannot clip this. You cannot put this on any channel. You guys
All right,
all
Evil
have to promise
Knievel.
me you're not
Okay.
because I'm going to give you the straight, low-down facts of what happened with the pizza.
Oh, give it to us straight. I smoke this Amico
So-
crack. Let's go, man.
So everybody was hungry. Everybody was like, man, we want something to eat. Tommy said, I got you guys. I'm going to get you pizza from Harry's. It's the best pizza ever in the Massachusetts area. So they said, Tommy, you need some money? Tommy said, no, don't worry about it. They said, Tommy, we know that you didn't bring your credit card or your wallet or anything. You know, how are you going to pay for the pizza? Tommy said, don't worry about it. I got this. Tommy walked into Harry's, and immediately the staff ran out and started getting on their knees and worshiping Tommy. Tommy, Tommy just said, I need some pizzas for my friend. And the owner of Harry's said, don't worry, Mr. Tellerico. I'll get you whatever you want. And he opened the register and handed Tommy money. He said, you've brought so much joy to people. Have the money from the register along with the pizza. And
All right. I know that happened, but the night before I had to drive Tommy to Video Games Live. He shit his pants in the car. Okay, he jumped out the window and smeared all over my leg.
What the fuck?
Pat and Ian, they'll tell you all about it. Okay.
Oh man.
it's remember, don't clip that story. Either one of those stories.
Right. Allegedly. That allegedly happened.
Tommy come in. He wouldn't have to. He's Tommy Tellerico. He's world famous. He walks into places and he just gets free shit.
I knew Miyamoto.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they confused him for annoyed and just gave him one.
If Harry's is anything like pizza places in my area, there's going to be a video game machine somewhere in Harry's. So he walked in, pointed at the video game machine, and said, "You're welcome." And they immediately knew, and they just gave him pizza.
Yeah.
Or Tommy walked in and he was looking kind of creepy. They're like, "Hey, give that guy a pizza so he'll leave. Don't even charge him. He don't got. Just get him out."
No. Tommy walked in with a Guinness World Records book, pointed at his name, and was like, "Do you recognize this shit? This is pizza name right here.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know what the
Vince
fuck this
Air
is?"
guitar?
Yeah. God.
Something East Coast Italian, something free pizza.
Yeah. All right.
No, and like, you know,
Pretty much.
big.
We got to move on to an actual topic, to the last
Yeah,
topic.
I gotta go. I was supposed to leave 2 hours
You don't
ago.
gotta go.
I'm still here.
You got nowhere to go.
I got a jet. I'm dying here. All this pizza
Yeah.
talk.
Oh yeah, I'd love some
This
pizza.
man was sitting here for like 2 hours after he said he needs to go eat. That's hilarious. Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
bounce now.
Amico's like crack. As long as we're talking Amico, he's going to be in there.
Yeah,
For
I didn't know how that is.
Anyways,
What
see
did
you
Gen
guys.
X Gamer said?
All
You
right,
want to
see
talk
ya.
Amico? I got
I want my Amico. I
All right,
want
so,
my.